how long were you put in the hole? This is like a solitary confinement situation, right?
Yeah, it was solitary, of course. Around, I'll try to make this quick. An army blanket was thrown in around evening. There was a loudspeaker that gave the notice breakdown, which meant everybody can go to sleep. I was not far from what apparently was the command center. So once in a while, I could hear snatches of of a phone call. And one time I heard, no, ma'am, no, ma'am, we don't shoot them at midnight, no, ma'am. And with no other audio input, I wondered what that meant. I managed to get to sleep on the steel slab, and late midnight, 1 o'clock, sometime around there, the door was open and there were two young guards. And they said, oh, before that, another guard took me for a shower. And it turned out the shower had no controls and was cold, and it was a couple of seconds. And when that guard first opened the door and said, you're going to the showers, I thought, oh no, because some of my relatives had been killed by the Nazis. But as usual, I was waiting for more evidence before I freaked out. And so I got my cold shower and didn't freak out and got back to sleep. And then two guards opened the door and they said, come with us. They seemed not malign. And I was taken to stand in front of what I think was the command desk. I could kind of see the top of a microphone on it, but my back was to it. And there were about a dozen young guards. And they looked like guys I'd worked with in my part-time job, guys who had been in my stockade, in my squad in the Army. So just guys, so I didn't feel intimidated. And they wanted to know why. Why won't you wear the uniform? And I got questions like, are you in the Navy? Is that why? And I got to explain my beliefs. I'm not a fire and brimstone guy, as you may have guessed. And I just talked in the way I would talk to, I was a department manager for a short time in the store. And so I knew how to talk to guys. In other words, I just talked to them like a regular guy. And they listened. I told them, I was a squad leader. I told them that my history, and I said, and then this happened, and then none of the questions were hostile. They were all curious. And then the two guards took me back, and they each said, I didn't want to be in the Army either. And one said, but I got a girl pregnant and I had to. And the other said, my dad was at Pearl Harbor, so I had to. I think, they locked me up again. Of course, they didn't have any power.